Welcome back to Folktales from around the world. Today, we are diving deep into the shadows with a fascinating Nigerian folktale that explains why bats only come out at night. This story has been passed down through generations in Nigeria and carries a powerful message about jealousy, deception, and consequences. But first, let's explore where this tale comes from and why it's so important. This folktale originates from southern Nigeria and was first documented by British colonial administrator Elphinstone Darrell in 1910 in his collection Folk Stories from Southern Nigeria. However, the story itself is much older, passed down orally through generations in various Nigerian communities. The tale features two main characters, Oyot, the bushrat, and Emion, the bat. In many African folktales, animals represent different human traits and behaviors, teaching moral lessons through their actions. This story is no exception. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of jealousy and dishonesty. Now, let's journey back in time to hear this ancient wisdom. Long ago, in a small Nigerian village, there lived two unlikely friends, Oyot the bushrat and Emion the bat. They were inseparable companions who shared everything, their homes, their adventures, and most importantly, their meals. Every day, they would take turns cooking for each other. But there was something special about the bat's cooking. Whenever Emion prepared a meal, the soup was absolutely delicious, rich, flavorful, and unlike anything Oyot had ever tasted. One day, Oyot's curiosity got better of him. "My friend," he said to Emion, "your soup is always so incredibly tasty. What's your secret ingredient?" The bat, consumed by jealousy and wanting to keep his friend dependent on him, decided to play a cruel trick. "Oh, that's easy," Emion replied with a sly smile. "I always boil myself in the water. My flesh is so sweet that it makes the soup irresistible." Oyot was amazed. "Really? Show me how you do it." "Of course," said the bat. He prepared a pot of warm, not boiling water and quickly jumped in and out, pretending it was getting hot. The pot that followed was, as always, delicious, because Emion had secretly prepared it beforehand. Excited by this discovery, Oyot rushed home to his wife. "Darling," he announced proudly, "I've learned the secret to making the most delicious soup. Heat up some water. I'm going to boil myself just like my friend, the bat." His wife thought he was joking, but Oyot was serious. She reluctantly put a pot of water to boil, thinking he would come to his senses. But when the water was truly boiling, Oyot jumped in, and within moments, the poor bushrat was dead. When his wife discovered her husband's lifeless body in the pot, she was devastated and furious. She immediately reported the tragedy to the king. Crying out about the bat's deadly deception, the king was outraged. He immediately ordered that Emion the bat be arrested and brought to justice. Word spread quickly throughout the village, and soon everyone was searching for the bat. But Emion had expected this. Realizing the terrible consequences of his jealousy and lies, he fled deep into the forest and hid in the darkness of caves and hollow trees. All day long, the people searched for him, but was nowhere to be found. As hunger overcame him, Emion was forced to venture out only under the cover of darkness to find food, always returning his hiding place before dawn. And that, according to this Nigerian folktale, is why bats only fly at night, forever hiding from consequences of their actions, forever avoiding the light of the day. This powerful tale teaches us several important lessons that remain relevant today. First, jealousy is destructive force. Emion's jealousy of his friend's admiration led him to deceive and ultimately caused Oyot's death. Instead of being honest about his cooking methods or helping his friend improve, he chose deception. Second, lies have consequences. The bat's cruel trick didn't just hurt his friend, it destroyed a life and forced him into permanent exile from his community. And finally, true friendship is built on honesty and support, not deception and manipulation. A real friend will have shared the actual cooking techniques and not invented a deadly lie. In many African cultures, folktales like this serve as both entertainment and education, teaching children and adults alike about the importance of honesty, the dangers of jealousy, and the value of genuine friendship. It's worth noting that this tale exists in various forms across different African cultures. Some versions feature different animals, and some have slightly different moral emphasis, but the core message remains consistent. The story also reflects the important role of oral tradition in African cultures. For centuries, these tales were passed down through generations, preserving not just stories, but values, wisdom, and cultural identity. In Nigerian culture specifically, folktales like this were often told by elders to children gathered around fires in the evening, creating a shared cultural experience that bound communities together. So, the next time you see a bat flying through the night sky, remember Emien's story. Remember that our actions have consequences, that jealousy can destroy relationships, and that honesty is always the best policy. What do you think about this folktale? Have you heard similar stories from other cultures? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. If you enjoyed learning about this Nigerian folktale, subscribe for more stories from around the world and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a new tale. Until next time, keep exploring the wisdom of our ancestors through these timeless stories.